Right now, a verdict is reached in the trial of a woman charged with shooting and killing a man at a car dealership last year. We're live at the courthouse with the latest. Also, Vice President Kamala Harris plans a return to Wisconsin soon, where she's heading and what she plans to talk about. And later, a familiar face throws his hat back in the ring for Congress, how he plans to win that district. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. And we begin with breaking news. A verdict reached in the trial for Jakira Anderson, charged in the shooting death of Kausu Samba back in March of last year. For the latest on the verdict, plus reaction from the victim's family, we go now live to Armand Rahman, who's been following the proceedings at the Dane County Courthouse. Armand?
Eric, after 5 hours of deliberations and testimony from Anderson herself, this was the verdict that the jury reached.
In the state of Wisconsin versus Jakira Anderson, we, the jury, find the defendant, Jakira Anderson, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
And with that, Jakira Anderson received a life sentence. The judge saying they will reconvene later to discuss the possibility of parole.
We trust the system, and the system delivered. It's very hard to lose a loved one, young, full of life, beneficial to not just himself and his family, but the community at large. So it's a very painful process for the whole community.
And after that verdict was read, Anderson's loved ones could be heard sobbing outside the courtroom before leaving quickly. And earlier today, the jury heard closing statements from the defense arguing Anderson was pushed into, quote, self-defense mode after being manhandled by Samba, and the state, who argued that she understood firing a shot from that close of a distance would kill her. Reporting in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. A fourth passenger involved in a crash over the weekend in the town of Lima has died. The Rock County Medical Examiner's Office saying in a statement that the adult female died from her injuries early this morning. 67-year-old Jeffrey Turnipseed, 38-year-old Erica Berg, and 39-year-old Jamie Rangat of Whitewater all died at the scene of the crash that occurred on April 13th near the intersection of the U.S. Highway 12 and East County Line Road. The other victim's name will be released at a later time. A man is in jail after Monona police say stole a vehicle and drove over 100 miles an hour along the Beltline. This happened Tuesday afternoon. Officers were notified of that pursuit after a vehicle had been stolen at gunpoint in the city of Madison. The vehicle was traveling towards the Beltline in Monona from the direction of the interstate. Police tried to stop the vehicle, but the driver refused to pull over. Eventually, the suspect did exit onto Park Street, where he was arrested and now faces numerous charges. A gloomy and wet day for most of us. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's meteorologist Jacob Madison. Jacob?
Yeah, at this point, we are still seeing some light rain, especially for areas east of Madison, but a lot of the rain will clear out very shortly. Looking outside at the Capitol, still seeing some cloudy skies. It looks like we are still seeing some very light rain out there, but the winds are calm, but unfortunately the temperatures are pretty cold with 49 as the current temperature. So looking at the current radar, again, still seeing some showers, especially for the eastern half of our area. Places west of Dane County, looks like you folks are done with the rainfall, and most of our area will be done with the rainfall very shortly. A lot of the precipitation will clear out by sunset, and then we actually are going to see the clouds clear out of our area throughout the night with clear skies by the time we get to tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the current temperatures, upper 40s, lower 50s. So it has been a chilly one. These have been the temperatures really throughout the entire day. Temperatures have been below average, and unfortunately, they're going to continue to be below average. So throughout the evening, we'll see those temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s. The clouds will begin to clear out later this evening and continue to become clear skies by tomorrow morning, as lows will drop into the middle 30s. So it is going to be a pretty cold night, as we could see some areas get to, if not below freezing. But I'll have more details about your weekend forecast. Not expecting rain, but it will be pretty cool. And I'll have the details coming up later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Marshall residents were without power for much of the day today after a dump truck hit a power pole. Marshall police say it happened just before 10 in the morning at the 400 block of School Street. Officers found 2 downed power poles in the street and several poles leaning sideways. Police are asking the public to avoid the area of School Street at William Street. The driver of the vehicle was not hurt. Vice President Kamala Harris plans a return to Wisconsin next week. The vice president will campaign in La Crosse Monday at an event focused on abortion rights. She'll then hold a second event focused on the economy and health care. This will be her third trip to Wisconsin this year. The vice president was in Madison last month, Waukesha back in January. And a familiar face running for a congressional seat that he once held. That would be Peter Barca, who most recently served as the state's revenue secretary, announcing a run for Congress once again. And political reporter Will Keneally joins us with more. Will?
Well, Bark is running for the state's first congressional district, which spans from Rock County across southern Wisconsin to his home in Kenosha. Now, he previously held the seat for a single term in the 1990s. Speaking to reporters earlier today, he says he's looking to appeal to a broad base of the right-leaning district.
I'm running on a platform that I would say 80% of this district would support. Now, of course, I won't get 80% of the vote. I wish I would, but I do think I can win.
Now, Barker is challenging Brian Stile, who won the seat back in 2018 after working as a staffer for former Speaker Paul Ryan and as a UW regent. Now, Barker faces at least one other Democrat in the race. A primary for that seat will be held in August.
All right, Will, thank you. Republican lawmakers are filing a second lawsuit challenging the governor's partial veto powers. That action centers on a parabill designed to improve K-12 education and reading performance. The first bill created an early literacy coaching program within the State Department of Public Instruction, as well as grants for public and private schools that adopt approved reading curricula. However, the bill did not allocate the $50 million that was set aside. Back in February, the governor signed a bill that Republicans argue created guidelines for allocating that money. The governor used his partial veto powers to change the multiple allocations into a single appropriation for DPI. Now, Republicans contend in their lawsuit that the partial vetoes were unconstitutional, saying the governor can use his veto powers only on bills that actually appropriate money. The governor's office pointed to a memo from the legislature's nonpartisan attorneys calling the measure an appropriations bill. Well, we have to change around your heavy furniture. That can be a challenge for many, but especially daunting for seniors. But if you're a member of SAIL, Sharing Active Independent Lives, today was your day. 2 men in a truck, volunteers, spent the day helping move more than 15 seniors' furniture, heavy items, and boxes. There is a membership fee to become a SAIL member, but their goal is members helping members and helping foster people to be as independent as they want to be.
I think all of our members know the value of asking for help, and we encourage them to call us first if they'd like to have any suggestions on who to check in with. We offer a lot of resources and information to them, and offer other organizations and agencies that we partner with, and can make sure that they can get the help that they need.
You can find more information about SAIL at sailtoday.org. Well, saddle up for the 43rd Annual Midwest Horse Fair. It starts tomorrow at Alliant Energy Center. 3 days full of clinics, entertainment, shopping, and, of course, a lot of horses. Tickets are on sale online and at select retailers, including Blaine's Farm and Fleet. They can also be purchased at the gate, but with cash only. More information is available at MidwestHorseFair.com. And with the fair starting tomorrow, motorists should expect delays for traffic around Alliant Energy Center both tomorrow and Saturday, and includes both east and westbound Beltline at John Nolan Drive and Rimrock Road area. The heaviest of that traffic should happen between 6 in the morning and noon both days. Signs will be placed along the Beltline to help direct motorists. The Dane County Sheriff's Office freeway service truck will also be on the Beltline to respond to any traffic-related issues causing delays. And this week on News 3 Now this morning, we're giving away tickets to the Midwest Horse Fair. Today is the final day to enter the contest for the ticket package that is valued at almost $600. To enter the giveaway for the 2024 Midwest Horse Fair, simply log on to channel3000.com/contests. Still ahead at 6, a Trader Joe's recall on fresh basil that is making some people sick, plus City of Madison changing its zoning code, how this could help provide a few more housing options.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
My name is Adrienne, and I was hurt in a car accident. What Gruber Law Offices done for me was made me feel safe. It didn't cost me anything, just one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
What can our foam do for your home?
Incredible comfort, no matter what the weather.
Incredible savings, because your AC is going to run so much less.
It even reduces outside noise and allergens.
No matter what kind of cheap insulation you already have, our foam will go right over it.
Incredible.
And spring is the time for incredible deals. So we're matching the $1,200 tax credit with a $1,200 discount.
USA Insulation.
Let's hit the road. The road to winning at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel, Clinton, Iowa. You're just a short drive away from a weekend full of fun, food, and winning. Plenty of slots calling your name, table games too. Or watch and wager on the games in our DraftKings Sportsbook. There's something for everyone at Wild Rose Casino and Hotel Clinton. You'd rather be here.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
We warn you first.
We have been talking for days about thunderstorm potential. That's next Tuesday, so make sure you're aware of that storm system as it moves on in.
First, with the information you need to be prepared and stay safe. First Warn Weather. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, you want to check the fridge. Trader Joe's voluntarily recalling organic basil from the Infinite Herbs brand. It's due to the risk of salmonella contamination. This brand of basil is no longer available at Trader Joe's stores, and customers are advised to return it to their place of purchase for a full refund. According to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, one person in the state has become sick from it. Among the symptoms for salmonella poisoning, extreme vomiting, dry mouth, and dizziness. City of Madison opening the door to adding more housing units after a unanimous city council vote that happened on Tuesday. Alders voted to change the city zoning code to allow for what are known as accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. Now, these are units that can be built on lots that already contain a building with up to 8 units on it. Now, this vote also changes a rule, so property owners don't actually have to live at that property site. It's all part of a plan to increase housing density in Madison.
You know, it's really about adding additional housing options within the community. So this is a way to build in kind of a gentle density within an existing neighborhood without a lot of change, but allowing more housing options for the variety of households that we want to see within one neighborhood.
With this change, units can be added to a space like a garage, attic, or basement, or in a detached structure on that lot. The units will be limited to 2-bedroom units of no more than 900 square feet. Americans are still dealing with a tough housing market as home sales fall and prices climb a bit. National Association of Realtors reported existing home sales fell just over $4 million last month. The median price of an existing home, $393,500 last month, the highest March price on record, and an increase of nearly 5% from a year earlier. Mortgage rates topped more than 7% this week. That's the highest level since back in November. When we come back, will your pets be safe around those cicadas? What veterinarians are saying about those bugs. Plus, summer vacation coming up quickly. That means summer camps are opening back up. We take a look at some ways to keep summer plans fun while also not draining your bank account. And will the temperatures warm back up for the weekend? Not looking too good. Jacob's forecast after the break.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to build your dream yard or get out on the water, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $15 gift card for every $100 spent on Scott's products, like Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, $64.99 after sale and mail-in rebate, or Scott's Naturescapes Mulch, 3 for $10. Save even more with mail-in rebate. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
2 iconic rock bands, one night of history. The Marshall Tucker Band, Jefferson Starship. Live on Cloud 9 Tour. Saturday, May 25th, Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. All the hits. All the history. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. For the first time ever, the Marshall Tucker Band, Jefferson Starship, together.
Watch this. It's all 100% real.
Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
With summer break nearly here for many school children, temperatures aren't the only thing heating up. The cost of summer camps is on the rise, and it's not just about a good time, of course. For working parents, summer camps can really serve as childcare of sorts. Michael Yoshida shares some tips for how parents can try and keep this summer fun affordable.
Summer fun turning into a big summer expense for many families.
Summer camp is so expensive for parents, and it seems to get more and more expensive every year.
Kimberly Palmer with NerdWallet says the average cost for day camp is $500 a week. For sleepaway camp, double that at $1,000 a week.
So for parents planning their summer schedule, it just gets expensive really quickly.
Palmer says booking early is a great way to keep the cost down, with discounts of 20% or more often offered during the previous summer, winter, and spring before camp starts. But if you missed out on early bird deals, here are some ways you can still try and save. Call the camps directly, because in some cases where a camp hasn't filled all its slots, they might offer you a last-minute discount. Also, look at newer and lesser-known camps and ask about discounts and incentives they may have as they try and generate interest.
Financial aid is often available as well, and sometimes you do have to ask because it's not publicly advertised.
How you pay can also impact the price.
You pay for in cash or in a check up front. You can pay less than if you spread out your payments over an installment plan. Of course, for some people's budgets, it's still preferable to use an installment plan to pay, but it's worth checking to see.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Palmer says talking with parents who may have gone through similar struggles or have inside information on certain camps is another great way to find out ways to keep costs down, especially if you're scrambling to finalize your plans with summer quickly approaching. Well, it doesn't feel like summer out there today. Cold and rainy. The sun will return tomorrow, but I don't know about this weekend, Jacob. Not looking too good. Not too warm anyway.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to see the warm temperatures return over the next couple of days, but we are going to see some sunshine over the weekend despite of that. So we are going to see breezy conditions on top of the cool weather, with especially Friday will be the windiest day. Cool temperatures with highs only in the lower 50s are expected through Saturday. Our next chance of rain after the current rain clears out of our area will be Monday night and Tuesday. So looking at the current radar, still seeing those showers impact parts of our area, especially the eastern half. A lot of this rain, though, will clear out pretty shortly over the next couple of hours, and then later in the night, we are expected to see clear skies. But low temperatures will drop into the middle 30s. A few locations north of Madison could possibly be seeing some temperatures dropping below freezing. Now, we have a frost advisory in effect for Crawford, Grant, and Richland counties, so sensitive vegetation could definitely get frosted over if left uncovered. And I would advise everyone across our region to take that precaution if you have any outdoor plants, because just because our entire area isn't under the frost advisory doesn't mean there isn't a very minor frost risk. Now, this is for early tomorrow morning, but if we look at the afternoon hours, we are going to see highs in the lower 50s, below average for this time of the year. But it's also going to be windy for tomorrow, and with the temperatures and the wind, it may feel a bit cooler than what it actually is. So wind gusts could be up to 35, maybe even approaching 40 miles per hour for a few locations. So it's going to be another rather chilly day despite the sun being out. Again, you know, we're getting to the time of year where chilly days are in the lower 50s. So you know, it's going to be obviously warmer than some of the days in January and February, but considering the average high is now getting close to 60, when we are struggling to reach 50, you know, it is a lot cooler than average. So looking at the wind gusts for Saturday, it is going to remain breezy, but it's not going to be as bad as it will be on Friday. Now, our next chance of rain, like I mentioned, will be Monday night and Tuesday, but it doesn't look like we're going to see a ton of precipitation from this system. It may be very similar to the rainfall we saw today. So Monday night and throughout the day on Tuesday, we could see some light showers, but it looks like we are going to be dry once again by the time we get to Wednesday. Now, here's a look at the drought monitor, which was released today. The rainfall on Tuesday did not go into this drought monitor. It will show on next week's, but we still are seeing a severe drought to the northwest of Madison and an extreme drought in Iowa. But in both cases, it has shrunken just a little bit, and we may see more improvements with the next week's drought monitor once the rain from Tuesday goes into the drought monitor. But we still are under not a drought whatsoever for the far southern and eastern parts of Wisconsin. Here's a look at our weather photo of the day. This was sent in by Eric from Governor's Island. So thank you, Eric, for submitting your photos. And again, you folks have been awesome with your photo submission. Keep them up. Here's a full look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. It will be a bit better on Sunday as highs will be in the upper 50s. And like I mentioned, despite the cold temperatures for Friday and Saturday, we are going to see sunshine, but we are going to see some windy conditions as well. Rain for Monday night and Tuesday, and then we have another chance of rain towards the end of next week and next weekend. Could see a few storms with that, but for the most part, next week we'll see highs in the middle 50s to middle 60s.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Today, the Collegiate Farm Bureau at UW-Madison held its annual Ag Day on Campus event. Every year, the student organization hosts the event to share the importance of agriculture and food sciences to the state. Wisconsin's contributions to the agricultural business brings in $104.8 billion to the state every year.
Agriculture is something that we need in order for the world to turn around and to feed everybody. And so just trying to get the message across and make sure people know that where their food comes from, it's really important. It's going into your body. So in order to nourish your body, it's important to know where your food's coming from.
Ag Day on Campus was held from 10:30 this morning to 2:30 on Library Mall, and there the Collegiate Farm Bureau gave out agricultural foods that hold a unique connection to the state. If you're interested in being a voice for agriculture with the Collegiate Farm Bureau, contact the director at egstumpf@wisc.edu. Well, with 2 broods of cicadas about to emerge from the ground any day now, some pet owners have been wondering if their cat or dog may be at risk from these things. Now, the good news is cicadas don't sting or bite, so you don't have to worry about that. They're also non-toxic, so if your dog or cat happens to eat one, that should be no problem, at least most of the time.
The only issue we'll present for your pet is if they were to ingest a large amount of them, or if they're a smaller dog, if they ate a small piece of the exoskeleton, sometimes that can really irritate their GI tract.
If your pet shows any symptoms of upset stomach after eating a cicada, you should contact your veterinarian. Experts also say animals that are sensitive to loud noises may be bothered by the sounds of those cicadas. If your pet is one of them, take some measures as you do for something like a thunderstorm or fireworks. Zach?
And coming up in sports, Chucky Hempern hitting the transfer portal. His message to the Badger Nation is next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Want fresh air.
You need the experts.
Right now at Feldco, get free installation plus no interest for 6 years.
Call 866 for Feldco.
In this day and age, we spend way too much time scrolling. Instead, join us for some horseplay at the Midwest Horse Fair. Check out insane tricks, hundreds of horses, clinicians, amazing eats, and spectacular shopping. And entertainment like you've never seen, IRL. Sorry, ask your kids what IRL is.
It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.
Join us at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison, April 19th through the 21st.
Why choose between that new deck you've been wanting and that vacation you've been dreaming about? Get both. A deck that outlasts wood 3 to 1 and up to a 7-day vacation on one of the top cruise lines or at one of our hundreds of resorts with no blackout date restrictions. Call now or visit the website for your new deck today.
Discover the joy of giving back with Habitat for Humanity and Habitat Restore of Dane County.
I love the cause. I love the people. I love helping the customer with their home projects.
It's a lot of fun. I've made lasting friendships, and you get a sense of accomplishment.
Help build a brighter future. Volunteer today.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
We're a really busy family of 6 and moving into a new house, and Empire made it really easy.
They brought samples to our house, quality products, and installation on our schedule.
And we're really happy with everything.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
Chucky Hepburn will forever be remembered for his shot against Purdue, the buzzer beater that clinched a Big Ten regular season championship for Wisconsin. But after 3 seasons in Madison, he's decided to play elsewhere. Hepburn becomes the 7th player to enter the transfer portal and is coming off a year where he averaged 9 points, nearly 4 assists, and 3 rebounds per game. In a post on Instagram, he wrote, "I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for the experiences and relationships that have shaped my time here." He went on to say, after thanking his teammates, coaches, and family, that his decision is not a reflection of anything lacking at Wisconsin. Rather, it's an opportunity to explore new possibilities, then closed by saying he'll always be proud to have been a Badger. Meanwhile, A.J. Storr made it official. He'll be playing basketball next season at Kansas. During his lone season as a Badger, he was Wisconsin's leading scorer, averaging just under 17 points per game. Storr was named to the Big Ten's all-tournament team after leading the Badgers to the Big Ten championship game in Minneapolis. As freshmen, Layla Edwards and Caroline Harvey won a national championship, and then a couple weeks later, Harvey followed that up with a gold medal at the Women's Worlds. This season, it was a runner-up finish in the national championship game and a silver medal with Team USA for the 2. That's still quite an accomplishment, but second place isn't the standard at Wisconsin, and it's not sitting well with the Badger duo.
I remember saying that to me, there's no worse feeling than how I felt after the national championship game and then the gold medal game. So the motivation is even greater just not to feel that way again.
It's so motivational and just want to begin next year already. But the prep is what matters the most, and excited to get after it this offseason and get ready for a great season next year with the team here, and hopefully get another opportunity with Team USA.
Some teams and programs are happy that they reached that point. This team, no, they got to win it all.
Always looking for more, always looking for more. Let's go to Jacob, one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, temperatures are going to remain rather cool for the rest of the week, as highs will be in the lower 50s to upper 40s. We are going to see dry conditions, though, and Sunday will be a lot better, as we're going to see the temperatures in the upper 50s, along with not as much wind. 60s are possible Monday, and then Monday night to Tuesday is our next chance of rain, after the rain we're currently seeing clears out, but that rain will clear out within the hour. As we look at next week, though, some storms by next weekend are possible.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 now at 6. Have a great evening, and we'll be back here tonight at 10.